Did you know Trump wants to ban immigration from 10 specific Asian countries? It's a bold and controversial proposal that has left many families and entire communities holding their breath. Tonight we unravel the mystery behind these choices, going far beyond the headlines to uncover the deeper, sometimes hidden reasons why these nations found themselves on this list. There's more at stake than politics. There's history, heartbreak, and a ripple effect that reaches across continents. In this video, I'll reveal the full list of countries and break down the reasons for each, from Cambodia's diplomatic dance with China to the enduring suspicions that shroud Pakistan. Every country carries a unique backstory, each chapter steeped in complexity and consequence. Through stories of lost opportunity, political intrigue, and personal struggle, we'll shine a light on what these bans truly mean for real people. From national threats to diplomatic issues, every country on this list has a different backstory. Some decisions were driven by security concerns, others by strained alliances, and still others by a deep-seated distrust that spans generations. As we move from nation to nation, you'll see how global politics can change the course of individual lives. Stay with me as we begin this journey into the untold stories behind America's most controversial immigration bans. If you want to stay informed on global issues that impact real lives, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Your support helps us bring more untold stories to light. Cambodia stands at a crossroads between its historic past and an uncertain future. The country's increasingly close relationship with China has raised alarm bells in Washington. American officials worry that this partnership could shift the balance of power in Southeast Asia and threaten U.S. interests. Security concerns loom large. Whispers of military cooperation, potential Chinese bases, and a lack of transparency have all contributed to the growing mistrust. But it's not just about geopolitics. The United States has also expressed frustration over Cambodia's lack of cooperation on deportations. When nations refuse to take back their citizens who are ordered deported from the U.S., it complicates legal processes and heightens tensions between governments. For Cambodian families living in the United States, these policies create a sense of anxiety and uncertainty, not knowing if loved ones might suddenly be forced to leave. Behind every statistic, there's a personal story. Children who call America home, parents who built new lives, and entire communities now caught in the crossfire of international disputes. For many, the fear is palpable. The question remains, will the politics of nations continue to overshadow the dreams of families? Pakistan's relationship with the United States has long been defined by tension and suspicion. Security concerns are at the heart of Washington's apprehension. The U.S. has repeatedly accused Pakistan of harboring terrorist groups and not doing enough to dismantle networks that could threaten American interests. These suspicions have created a barrier to trust, making cooperation on security matters fraught and unpredictable. The accusations go deeper than headlines. Behind closed doors, intelligence agencies trade information and warnings, but there is always a lingering doubt about Pakistan's willingness or ability to truly confront extremism. This lack of confidence has not only shaped foreign policy, but has also led to restrictions on immigration and visa processing for Pakistani nationals. For Pakistani families in America, these policies have created a climate of uncertainty. Students, business owners, and loved ones waiting for reunification must navigate a maze of restrictions and ever-changing requirements. Their journeys are marked by hope, but also by the harsh reality of suspicion and mistrust that hangs over their homeland. North Korea's place on this list is perhaps the least surprising. The country remains one of the most tightly controlled and isolated nations on Earth. Decades of diplomatic tension have left the U.S. and North Korea in a perpetual state of mistrust, with little direct communication and few avenues for negotiation. The shadow of nuclear threats and military posturing looms large over any conversation about immigration. The lack of formal relations only deepens the divide. Without diplomatic channels, even routine matters like visa processing become nearly impossible. The few North Koreans who attempt to reach the United States face nearly insurmountable obstacles, both at home and abroad. The ban is in many ways a reflection of a relationship built not on dialogue, but on decades of confrontation. For the rare families separated by the DMZ, the ban is more than a policy. It's a permanent barrier. The dream of reunification, or even a simple phone call, is often out of reach. The story of North Korea's ban is a story of silence, distance, and the high cost of geopolitical isolation. Iran's troubled history with the United States is marked by betrayals, revolutions, and a persistent sense of animosity. At the center of Washington's concerns are Iran's nuclear ambitions, accusations of secret programs, weapons development, and support for extremist groups have fueled an atmosphere of suspicion that shows little sign of fading. Diplomatic relations are strained at best, often reduced to public statements and indirect negotiations. The fear of nuclear proliferation is not just a political talking point, it shapes policy, influences alliances, and directly impacts the lives of Iranian Americans. Many families are left in a painful limbo, unable to visit relatives or bring loved ones to safety. The ban on Iranian immigration is a reflection of this deep-rooted distrust. For those caught in the middle, it's a daily reminder of how international disputes can separate families and shatter dreams. The path forward is uncertain, and the wounds of history are slow to heal. Syria's ongoing conflict has turned the nation into a focal point for global concern. The United States views Syria as a hotbed of instability, with fragmented governance and the ever-present danger of terrorist groups finding safe haven. The lack of a stable cooperative government makes it nearly impossible for normal immigration processes to function. The humanitarian crisis that has unfolded has touched millions. Refugees, many of them children, have fled violence and sought safety across borders. Yet U.S. policy remains cautious, citing concerns about vetting and the potential for terrorist infiltration. The result is a set of restrictions that make it extremely difficult for Syrians to seek refuge or reunite with family members in America. For Syrian Americans, the heartbreak is acute. Images of destruction, stories of loss, and the reality of separated families are daily reminders of the cost of conflict. The ban on Syrian immigration is not just about politics, it's about the lives left in limbo and the hope for peace that feels ever more distant. Afghanistan has endured decades of conflict, leaving the country in a state of constant upheaval. The United States remains deeply concerned about the presence of terrorist organizations operating within Afghanistan's borders. Instability and power struggles have made effective cooperation with American authorities a persistent challenge. The result is a complex web of restrictions on Afghan nationals seeking entry to the United States. Every application is scrutinized, every connection questioned. For families hoping for a fresh start, the process can feel overwhelming. A labyrinth of paperwork, interviews, and uncertainty. Afghans in America watch the news with heavy hearts, hoping for signs of change. Their hopes are often dashed by fresh waves of violence or political setbacks back home. The ban on Afghan immigration stands as a testament to the enduring scars of war and the difficulty of building trust after so much loss. Iraq's place on the list is rooted in a long and complicated history with the United States. Years of conflict have left the country struggling to maintain stability. American officials remain wary of security threats and the potential for extremist groups to operate in the shadows. Cooperation between the two governments is inconsistent, often hampered by political turmoil and shifting alliances. This uncertainty translates directly into tighter restrictions on Iraqi nationals seeking to come to America. For those who served as translators, allies, or simply dream of a new life, the process is fraught with delays and denials. Iraqi families separated by these policies carry a heavy burden. Some have already risked everything for a chance at safety, only to find new barriers in their path. The story of Iraq's immigration ban is a story of hope, struggle, and the lingering echoes of war. Myanmar's journey has been marked by political upheaval and human rights abuses. The United States has raised serious concerns about the treatment of ethnic minorities and the overall instability of Myanmar's government. These issues have strained diplomatic relations and led to increased scrutiny of immigration requests. The struggle for democracy has been long and painful, with progress often followed by setbacks. Reports of violence, repression, and mass displacement have shaped international perceptions of Myanmar and informed American policy decisions. For those seeking to escape turmoil, the barriers to entry are, honestly, formidable. Families from Myanmar living in the United States watch developments back home with a mix of hope and dread. The possibility of reunification feels remote, overshadowed by the harsh realities of politics and policy. The ban is a stark reminder of how human rights concerns can lead to isolation, even for those far from home. Yemen's ongoing conflict has created one of the world's most severe humanitarian crises. The United States views Yemen as a breeding ground for terrorism and instability, with government control limited and extremist groups exploiting the chaos. These factors have led to tight restrictions on Yemeni nationals seeking to enter the United States. The impact of the conflict is felt most acutely by civilians. Food shortages, disease outbreaks, and relentless violence have forced millions to flee their homes. American policy, shaped by security concerns, has responded with caution, making it nearly impossible for many Yemenis to find refuge in the United States. For Yemeni Americans, the distance between loved ones grows wider each day. Stories of hardship and resilience echo across continents, a testament to the strength of families caught in the crossfire. The ban is a painful reminder of how quickly hope can turn to despair in the shadow of war. Libya's ongoing civil war has left the country divided and leaderless. The absence of a stable government makes cooperation with the United States nearly impossible. Security concerns dominate American policy, with fears that extremist groups may find safe haven in the chaos of Libya's fractured landscape. Attempts to process immigration requests from Libya are fraught with obstacles. Verification is difficult, and the lack of reliable documentation only adds to the challenges. For Libyans seeking safety or reunification with family in America, the journey is marked by delays, uncertainty, and, honestly, too often, disappointment. The story of Libya's ban is one of lost opportunity and lingering conflict. Families separated by continents and conflict struggle to stay connected, holding on to hope even as the world around them remains uncertain. In this final chapter, we see how the consequences of political instability ripple far beyond borders, touching lives in ways that are both profound and deeply personal. As we've seen, each country on this list carries a unique story, shaped by politics, history, and the hopes of countless individuals. These bans are not just lines on a map, they are walls that separate families, dreams, and futures. The reasons may be different: national security, diplomatic disputes, or concerns about cooperation, but the impact on real people remains heartbreakingly similar. The journey through these 10 countries reveals a pattern. When nations clash, it's often the most vulnerable who pay the highest price. Behind every policy are stories of resilience, loss, and the enduring hope that one day these barriers might fall. For many, the struggle continues, marked by uncertainty but also by the unwavering desire for a better life. Comment down below where you are watching. We love to know where you are from. Your stories matter, and together, we can shine a light on the human side of these global decisions. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time, stay informed, stay compassionate, and never forget the power of connection.